Good evening, everyone. This is Margaret, and I'm here with a short video this evening. Yes, folks, I went out shopping and I decided I'm going to share with you what I got. Yes, folks, I follow the weekly flyer, and that's the reduction of sales, some stuff that goes on sale every week. And you can follow the flyer and you can get your stuff at a reduced price. Yes, folks, you can save. You're not saving, but at least you can buy more stuff for your money. Yes, the prices are reduced from regular prices to reduced prices, and that will kind of cut down on your food budget. Yes, I've been doing it for years. I don't usually go every week, but sometimes when I feel like going, I will go and I will be feeling satisfied with the reduced prices that I got. So that's one of my way of fighting the inflation and stick with my budget. Yes, folks, there are ways that you can fight inflation, and there are ways that you can stick to your budget. Yes. One thing that I found out over the years, if that when I go grocery shopping on a hungry stomach, I seem to buy more than what I really need at the time. Yes, I will be picking up a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have normally pick up if I hadn't gone on a hungry stomach. Yes, so that's the trick of it, folks. When you go shopping when you're hungry, you tend to buy more than you planned to buy. So I'm just here to show you a few things of what I bought and to share with you some tips of how to stay within your budget and how to beat inflation. Another thing that I found out, folks, I found out that the snacks in the stores, little one that you can only take maybe 3 bites out of, will cost you from $3 to $4 for a little snack. Wherein if you would find some time or put some time aside to make your own homemade snacks, which is much healthier, you can save a lot of time and money. Yes, folks, and you can reduce the sugar and the other stuff that they put into these uh, ready-made store-bought snacks. Yes, you can reduce the sugar. For example, if you're making cookies, you can put half the sugar that the recipe is telling you to put. I've seen recipes where they call for like 2 cups of sugar and all of that amount, and you don't really need 2 cups of sugar to make a few dozen cookies, especially if you're going to put raisins in it. The raisins are so sweet that it'll make up for the difference of the sugar. Yes. So that's some of the ways that you can reduce both the calories and the amount of sugar that you put into your baking stuff. And another good thing good for snacking too is the sweet potato or sweet potato mixed with cornmeal. It's a lovely snack. Sweet potato mixed with cornmeal, and you make a pudding out of that. You can just take a small slice, a small piece, and have with a cup of tea, and you feel real satisfied rather than well, it's your choice anyway. People have their choices, but I'm just saying, if you want to reduce your budget, fight inflation, then if you don't want to spend too much on snacks, ready-made snacks, you can choose to do your homemade snacks. Like I said, cookies. My special is oatmeal cookies with a few raisins. That's very good. And I usually make my sweet potato pudding with a bit of cornmeal. And that too is so delicious. And even when I was working, I used to take a piece of my cornmeal pudding with me, and I have a cup of tea and whatever else I have at work that I can have with my lunch. And that goes a far way. I never felt hungry. Yes. So these are some of the ways you can reduce your budget and fight inflation. So I'm going to show you now what I bought this evening. I spent about $82, and I think I got most of what I needed, because what I do each time I go shopping, I replace what I run out of. What I don't need, I don't buy, but what I've run out of, I replace it and I buy the stuff that I need. Because sometimes you buy too much and they get old and stay in the fridge for too long and get outdated. For example, this is one of the stuff that I keep an eye on. The yogurt. These yogurt that I bought sometimes, I have to keep an eye on it, because what will happen is that it will get outdated. Yeah, it will get outdated and I will not be able to eat them. So I make sure I check the date and I make sure what I have, I use them up before it's expired. Okay, we can never get this showing on the video here. Can never get it straight. It's always shown upside down. But anyway, you get the idea, people. Gotta watch the dates for these. They're not nice when they're outdated. So yeah, so that's one of the things that I keep an eye on, so they don't get outdated. So folks, I'm gonna show you what I bought today, and it cost me $82, and I left a bottle of washing soap in my car. It was too heavy to bring out. And with my washing soap, folks, I don't have to buy the expensive brand that people claim to wash the clothes cleaner. I always purchase my vinegar, and I pour about 2 cups of vinegar into my washing water with the soap. Sometimes I buy the expensive soap if it's on sale and I can afford, and sometimes I just buy the regular soap. And to get it really activating and get the clothes clean and smelling nice, I had vinegar. Ever since COVID, I've been using the vinegar in my laundry. And what it does also, the vinegar, it brightens the dark clothes. For example, your black pants and black outfit, if it looks a little dingy, by the time you put the vinegar in, it comes out brighter. Yes, folks, I found that out. But if you put it into the dryer with the heat, then the heat will take the color, burn the color out of the clothes. So my black and my bright clothes, I don't put in the